Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with week number 17 of the hashtag 52 projects. Hashtag 52 projects are just simple under 30-minute projects that I give you every week. Some came from YouTube, some from Instagram, some from Google, and some I will make up myself. These are just quick, easy projects so you feel accomplished and it brings back your crafty mojo. You can decorate it like I do, put your twist on it, do what you want to do. This week is coming from Kelly Acheson. It is her Kisses gift card holder from November 19, 2015. This was really cute. She did Hershey Kisses. I did coffee. Of course I did. So it says happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend. And I used some Folger coffee sticks and some candy in this one. I have a little coffee cup. Here's my little gift card holder. And this one I use the same thing, I just put it in differently. So I put the little candies in there and the coffee sticks behind it. So the left side is going to be completely sealed, but the right side is open and is only closed by the ribbon you put on top. So the one on the right, I used some iridescent ribbon that I got off some packaging. And the one on the left, I used, the curling ribbon that we bought tons of when our kids were, doing fundraisers. This has got to be at least, 10 years old. Actually, I got this one in England. So yeah, it is 10 years old. Anyway, so you can use whatever you want. This version is the gift card holder version. This one is not the gift card holder version. And what I mean by that is you can put your gift card right in there. Look at how neat that is. So just a little fun way to add your gift card. Like, I never know what to get my nephews for their birthday or Christmas, so I always give them a gift card, but I always look for fun ways to present it. So this is really cute. You could put their favorite candies in. Kelly had Hershey Kisses, and so if you want to see how to make the little tray for the Hershey Kisses so they don't slide around, definitely check out her video. But we're not going to do Hershey Kisses because I don't have any. So there you have it. All right, so let's get started. Oh, wait. For those of you who need, go ahead and screenshot that real quick. Write it down, do whatever. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So your piece of paper is 9 3/4 by 6 3/4. So on the long side, the 9 3/4, we're going to score it at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. We're going to score it at 5 1/4. So 5 1/4. We're going to go 6 1/4, 7 1/4, 8 1/4, and 9 1/4. So 2 3/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, 7 1/4, 8 1/4, and 9 1/4. Okay. We're going to go ahead and turn this around, and we're going to go at 1 and 5 3/4. So 5 3/4. I say the measurements both ways because some people get confused if I say 5 1/4 as opposed to 5 1/4. So, I say them both ways. Okay, now we need to do some cutting. And so I'm going to get a pen to show you where we're going to cut. We're going to go ahead and take completely off that panel. We're going to come to the side and do the same thing. We're just going to use our scissors. There's no need in fussing about it. I like to cut on the other side of the score mark, so the nubbly bit is, what I cut off. And I'll show you guys what I mean in just a second. Okay, so see how This one has a tiny, see how you can see the score line right there? I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see it. So I cut that off. So for instance, on this one, I'm going to cut to the right of the score line. I'm just going to cut all the way up and take that out. So that way the score line is on the part that you cut out. You can see it there. Okay. You don't have to do it that way. I just like doing it that way. So at the end, I don't have any overhang. All right. The next cut we're going to do is, you see this little tiny flap here. We're going to cut off that and that. So, okay. Just cutting off the little tabs and the little tab. You can use your paper trimmer if you must be exact, but it doesn't bother me any. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and make our slits or cut up our score lines. So we're just going to cut on the 3 score marks there and then cut on the 3 score marks here, just like that, making our little tabs. This one again, I'm going to cut to the left and to the right of that score line. Like, you know how it makes like a little valley or like a little well? I just cut it out. It's a tiny little bit. Because this one you do not want to miter. If you are eager beaver overachiever and already mitered, you're fine. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal. You'll see where you mitered at the end, but it's really not a big deal. And this one I kind of cut too much. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the other side. Like so. And again, if you just want to cut up the score line, that's fine. I just can never get it perfect up the score line. So I just cut the score line out, if that makes sense. It's probably adding more work, but that's what I do. Okay, let's move all of that while the camera focuses. Okay, so next we need to get our bone folder or whatever you have. I don't know where my bone folder went, so I'm going to use this little scrapey thing. You know, you can use a credit card, whatever. But usually I have my bone folder. I just don't know where it is. Okay, so we need to go ahead and varnish all the score lines except this one right here. We're not going to fold up on that. If you accidentally fold on that, honestly, it doesn't matter. Because that part doesn't need to be folded, but you know, some people like to fold it. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'll keep going. So I'm just folding them up. This is where you can get confused and fold that score line up. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you do. It's just extra work that you don't need to do. All right, so let's just get our tabs creased like so. I guess we could have folded this before we cut, but you guys know how I am. Okay, so all that's good. Now, this is the part that Kelly did not do, but I felt having all 4 full tabs was a little bit too bulky for me. So this part is optional if you want to do this or not, but I just take the second tab and cut it in half, and then take the 4th tab and cut it in half on both sides. So the second and the 4th. I just felt it was less bulky, so you can leave them if you want. It's up to you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put score tape on this one. You can use wet glue. It's just I don't like when the wet glue spills out onto my fingers, so I use score tape. The first one I used wet glue on, And so that's how I know it's spilled out onto my fingers. And as you can see, you can't tell which one I use wet glue, which one I use score tape. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I put that on the little piece, the little flap. Now, I folded my flap in and did that. So, you know, if you accidentally put it here, guess what? Flip it over, you're fine. No panicking, okay? Now we need to make our window right here. Okay. Kelly had the old washi tape punch. I don't know if it's still current in the catalog. I don't know. I don't have a rectangular punch that would work. So this is what I did. I found this was the easiest. I took my 1/4 inch or 1/4 inch score tape and I lined it up very carefully, slightly above my score line. Now I did not rip, I cut, as you can see. Okay, that one I didn't line up very well. Okay. It's all right. It's not going to really matter. It's not going to matter. But just be careful when you're lining it up because you need this to be exact because we're making the window. This was the easiest way I found. Obviously, you guys will be more careful than me because you'll be able to see. I just couldn't see this one right here. Let me see if I can peel this up. Oops. Okay. Because I really want the window to be straight because I'm doing this one for a gift as well. So line your score tape just above that score line. Sorry if my head's in the camera, but I want to do it perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to peel back just a little bit of the backing. I'm not going to take it off yet. And I'm going to make this side here. I'll cut it. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, or there might be, or this might be the easiest. I don't know. But this was easy for me. So this is what I did. Okay. And then just put this little piece right there. Okay. So that's what I did, and you guessed it, I cut out that middle piece. So I know my my window is exactly in the center, and I know that my acetate is going to fit, it's going to be able to glue down because the glue fit perfectly because I traced it out like that. So yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, you do need a piece of acetate for your window. So the piece of acetate that I have is 7/8 by 4 5/8. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead, let's cut that box out obviously before we put the acetate down. So I'm just gonna grab my X-Acto pad and knife and my straight edge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out the rectangle. You could do this with your scissors too if you don't have an X-Acto knife. Okay, so there's that. And oops, got a little carried away there. That one. And the last little piece right here. Oh, my X-Acto knife is like weird. Okay, so let me just pop this out. I need to buy a new X-Acto knife. So this one, because I had that little oopsie daisy, I mean, it'll be fine. It's just be careful when you're pulling your box out. Your person receiving it, they won't notice this little tiny sliver accident because we're going to cover it up. Okay. Let me just see. Yep, we're good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take our score tape off. And once we put our acetate on, you won't even be able to see this oopsie daisy. Okay, where did I put my acetate? That's the only thing with acetate, is if you set it down, you may not be able to find it again. All right, so we're just going to cover this up, making sure that little part that I overcut is flat. So when you put your acetate, you will never know. Well, you'll know, but they won't. It's fine. See, we're fine. Okay, so now we have our acetate down. Now what we need to do is go ahead and build our box. So we're going to take our tape off. Oh, actually, I'm lying to you. Don't take your tape off yet. We need to do the top part first. I got a little ahead of myself. So this is where you need to choose if you want this to be the gift card holder or you want it to just be the decorative panel. For me, I'm just going to have a decorative panel for this one. So, but if you want to have the gift card portion, what you need to do is on this top flap, take your 1-inch circle punch, come in about halfway, and you're going to punch it out. Okay, so it looks like that. So if you are doing the gift card holder, you want to put your glue on the top and the left. Okay, these are for my gift card holder people. So you can put like the tiniest little bead on the top and the left, okay? Because you want to keep that circle area open so you can slide your gift card in. If you're not making a gift card, then just go ahead and put glue on the right, and you can scribble some in the middle. Now, it does overlap, okay? It's supposed to. So if yours overlaps, you're doing good. All right, so mine's sealed shut. Now we need to go ahead and take the score tape off or use your wet glue. Okay, so all you're going to do is, with this piece folded in, you're going to fold up and push down. And then fluff it up. And there's your box. That's it. And now you're just going to, on your left-hand side, push in your smaller flaps. Put some glue or adhesive on those. Put your bottom flap up and then your top flap over. This is where I said if you mitered those corners, you'll see them right here, but I don't think it's a big deal. I have some little tiny bit of weird overhang, so I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. So your right side, you're going to leave it alone because you're just going to close that with your ribbon. So there you have it. And this is where you'd want to use your decorative paper, or for this one, I just used literally some scraps. I cut something a little too big, and so I had these tiny little scraps to cover it, to give it some gold on the front. I put some little gems. I did a little thinking of you panel. I fussy cut a bumblebee, and I have some gems on there. This one, I did a little coffee cup, and I did a little stamping here, and I colored it with markers. So not too fancy, but definitely has the wow factor. Then just tie your ribbon how you want, and you are good to go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this project. Thanks for watching. Bye.